Hi, my name is Lilith. I am Adam's ex-wife and not a baby eater. That's right, I don't eat babies. I've never eaten a baby. You might recognize me from such acts as Genesis, Hell, music festivals. You can't see me in this photo because I'm on stage with the Indigo Girls. And of course, creepy television promos. Can we talk for a minute? Because she would never be wearing that, and why are both of their hands on her hips? It's weird, right? It's weird. Patriarchy's weird. Obviously, that's a different video. And it's Purim time. Purim is this kind of odd, goddess-infused Assyrian mess, but I want to talk about my favorite part of Purim, which is hiding. I'm back again. Why do you think it might be important for Jews to hide? Do you think that you have a reason to hide? Well, if you do, this is going to be a really fun tutorial about how to use makeup to hide from facial recognition software. Well, if you still don't think that you have a reason to hide, think about this. Social media. Now, are you outspoken politically on social media? Cool, me too. That's awesome. Except, what if you have a friend from Iran and they're just coming back into the country from visiting their family? Customs and border agents have been looking at people's social media, even their friends' social media, to decide who they should not let in. If you've been doing regular things like calling your congresspeople to demand accountability, that's fine to talk about on social media. But if you've just joined the Antifa Black Bloc, you probably want to keep that to yourself. It could be a reason that they don't let your friend back into the country. Another thing that you should probably be concerned with is how you communicate digitally. Digital communication could be observed by anybody, from hackers to, well, the government. So if you have any undocumented people in your life, you probably want to make sure that however you're communicating with them, it's careful and it doesn't give anything away about them. A good thing to do is to download the Signal app. Signal is an encrypted messaging app. From user to user, it encrypts all of your messages. And from user to user, you can even make encrypted phone calls. If you want something a little more beefy than that, then consider using DuckDuckGo as a search engine. DuckDuckGo doesn't track you at all. Firefox is also a pretty good browser. You can get plugins to also encrypt everything that you're looking at, like Privacy Badger, HTTPS Everywhere, and Disconnect. If you want to get even beefier, you can always download a Tor browser. Tor browsers route your browser through another computer somewhere else in the world. Even better, a VPN, or virtual private network. They can be used to not only hide you, but also even to keep hackers out. TunnelBear is a really good one and has a pretty decent free trial. More information on digital security can be found in these, my favorite places to look. But you know that scene in V for Vendetta where everyone shows up wearing a mask and then they can't really tell who the real V is? That's kind of what we're doing here. We're just kind of creating a more private community so that the people who really need it have it. Now, for face. Facial recognition software is used in public places, especially places like protests. Drones, police cameras, all of these things are used to kind of build a file on you. There's lots of ways that you can block your face from facial recognition software. Of course, there's the traditional mask. There's also the bandana, which, although traditional, is useful when soaked in vinegar to help ventilate tear gas. Of course, gas masks are always best for ventilating from gas, but they're so much less stylish. And they won't make you smell like vinegar afterwards, and everybody loves that. But I have the most glamorous option to show you today, which is facial recognition camouflage makeup. Facial recognition software, it does exactly that. It looks for faces. So your job as a camouflage revolutionary makeup artist is to make your face look not like a face. The first thing I'm gonna do is take these hair extensions. Now these are left over from a club night that I went to, and of course at the time they didn't look so much like holographic rat's nests, but this is perfect for what we're gonna use them for. I wanna put them just kind of up over my face in general, so that if another human being sees me on the street, they can say, hey, I like your hairdo. But if a computer sees me, it says, that's a weird walking object, and not, that's that person, or I mean goddess, I prefer goddess. So now that we have the hair portion, I'm just gonna sweep that to the side so that we can finish the makeup part. Have you ever seen those animals that have camouflage eyes at different parts of their body? Another place like on their backside that kind of looks like eyes, and it throws off predators? We're gonna use the same idea here. So I'm gonna create another kind of eye situation right here. And then I'm gonna create another one here, but in a different place. So far, it looks like I'm playing a football game, but like a very fashionable one, right? So now I'm gonna take a contrasting color. I think for my outfit today, I'm gonna go with black and white. So now I have this section right here. Awesome, I would be confused. And then I'm gonna go here and make this kind of shape. Now, remember, it's looking for things that look like faces. So the fact that my mouth is this obviously perfect shade of red right now might give me away. So I'm also just gonna be like Mad Max, kind of, like I've had a weird night, and make a cross back over here. Like someone's maybe telling me not to speak so much, which is like every day. And then we're not done yet because this is glam. And so we're gonna add a little bit of pizzazz. Now for the silver. Now I also want to do things like obliterate this nose bridge right here, right? I bet you can't tell I have a face anymore. And if you're a computer, you definitely can't. So now I'm just gonna sweep my holographic wispy bangs back in front of my face, and voila! Undetectable to any regular face recognition software. Now, don't forget, hide in plain sight, hide your digital communication, and definitely hide those most vulnerable to you, especially if that's yourself. Happy hiding, happy Purim. This has been Lilith's tutorial on hiding.